Okay, so this video was filmed at 3 a.m., just as a preface, so my aim is probably going to be really off. Not bad, or a little, actually sometimes it's a little better at night. But right now, I'm going through my practice that I do almost every single day for Overwatch characters, and this is why I love being a flex player, because I like practicing all the different kind of heroes and their different kind of styles. Especially Hanzo. He is personally one of my favorites, besides Genji. As you can see, I do mess up a lot, but you just kind of sort of learn. But for Hanzo, mainly I like to focus on his shots that can be used pretty much anywhere, so like that around the corner shot, or that jump shot where I have to shoot from down, or rapid fire against a team, because I've been stuck in that for some reason with all the sniper characters where my entire team dies and the enemy is catching the point, and so I'm trying to get really good at taking down a bunch of enemies. Normally I would do an AI practice with actual characters, but tonight it was 3 a.m. and I really didn't want to do that, so I just headed to the practice range to work on my aim. So of course I tried practicing some trick shots, of course, because the peeking technique really helps. This technique is basically where you hide underneath a certain area and then you jump up and shoot the enemy from above, so they can't really hit you when you go down, which is really nice, which is why I want to be able to get that shot 100%. And so yeah, with Hanzo it's mainly just getting my speed up and getting my accuracy up, because I was never very good at accuracy. Now I'm getting a lot better, but not as good as I want to be, so of course I'm working on it. Yeah, so that's Hanzo. Oh wait, here's Hanzo's ultimate. So here I try to practice to see how many people I can kill in a certain amount of time. Normally I can get it up to sextuple and plus, but since it was 3 a.m. I was feeling a little bit tired, and so now I usually start with defense, and of course, as you can see, I'm singing along because I'm a freaking dork, so I deeply apologize. I have no idea what I'm listening to. I think I'm listening to a Random Encounters cover of Yandere Simulator. So with Widowmaker, she is personally one of my favorites to play, besides Hanzo. She's one of my favorite defense. And for her, it's just getting the shots down, making sure I can hit shots very reliably instead of just having to spam. Currently, my accuracy is it's like 50%, I believe. So my goal is about 70%. And I'm working on those kind of trick shots like you just saw there. Some of those are a matter of luck, but I'm getting a lot better at the trick shots where I have to fall and get out my scope, because that's very fucking fun. And here, it's all about sharpshooting. So for Widowmaker, I like to move around a lot so that I can simulate like, oh, they're shooting at me, they're gonna kill me, and I move around like way too much. And that's probably why I suck so much at a lot of the mobility characters, because I move around too much. But also, I love learning how to use the Venom Mine and seeing where it can be placed, because it can be placed in a lot of places that not many people think of. And many people think of the Venom Mine as a trap, but if, let's say, you can pick someone down to low health and you know they're going to go for a health pack, putting it in front of a health pack can actually help. Or putting it around a health pack, well, basically that is a trap. But it does work. Okay, as you can see, I've switched to Junkrat now. Junkrat is personally one of my favorites. Well, he's one of my kind of like ones that I have in my back pocket. Like, I don't use him very well, but I can use him. Today I had a much better run with him. Not as good as I would like. In this one, this isn't a very good representation. I'm normally just a little bit better than this. Not much better, but just a little bit. Right there, it's learning about timing, where I should have definitely thrown a mine instead of wasting my ammo. So with Junkrat, it's more of getting my timing and making sure it's completely right. Here I'm just messing with the rip tire to see what I can possibly do. And eventually, I want each of these characters by themselves to be able to take on some hard AI, or at least an entire enemy team. So that's why I train like this. And yeah. I do train, and put that in air quotes even though you can't really see them, but yeah, so I train a lot, I play Overwatch a lot, I love it to death, and I've always wanted to get a team together, but I've never had the time or, you know, anyone who really wants to. So, you know, if you want to be on an Overwatch team, hit me up. But I also cannot play competitive, because for some reason my computer does not like playing competitive. It's pretty dumb, but at the end of the day, you know, it's okay. I sometimes like playing quick play, not always, because I normally have to fill as a healer, and then I get yelled at because we're not doing enough damage, so I switched to Moira, which happened just a couple days ago. It was a team of entire DPSs, and they screamed at me for switching from Mercy because they weren't doing enough damage. And that was great. That was absolutely wonderful. So it took a little bit longer to kill that bot. Also with Junkrat, it's important that I want to get his mobility just right. So I know he can launch himself with the mines, but I want to be able to launch myself and shoot at the same time, because that seems relatively important. Or launch myself and reload, that sort of thing. So Junkrat is all about timing, and I don't know if I play every single character. I think I skipped tanks on this one, but normally I do some tanks. I may have done Orisa, I'm not 100% sure, but I normally, if I'm doing a normal playthrough, I normally skip tanks. That's the one thing that I never really focus on. Mei, personally, I don't play a lot, but just in case it's ever required, I can play Mei, not well, but I can play Mei. And I have no idea what the Dark of Me is singing about, so I wish you guys could hear my music, but most of it is freaking copyrighted, so. So personally, I really don't really like Mei's skill set, and I just don't really like her as in a whole. I don't really like how she works. Her punch is pretty funny though, so. So yeah, that's Mei right there. Whatever the hell I'm singing to, I seem to be enjoying myself very much. Okay, I don't know, I think, yeah. McCree is always my first DPS that I pick up, because he feels really equal to the snipers. Even though he can't do one headshot damages, he can do 2 headshots for, he can do 2 headshots for 200-point characters, which is exactly what these training bots are. So, it's actually pretty cool. So here, I think I got a really bad Deadeye, because normally I can get about quintuple kill. I've never been able to get sextuple, and so that requires that guy who just passed the screen to be in a certain place for just a small sliver of time, which I have never been able to get him to go in that one place. So, yeah. Normally I'm able to get that guy in the corner, but oh, I just missed the guy on the inside. I forget things. Okay, so normally with the DPS, I only do about 1 ultimate per one. Genji is my first favorite to play, besides Zenyatta. He is absolutely fantastic, and I love him, mainly because he's a cyborg ninja, and he's fucking boss as hell. Okay. So here, also, for Genji, it's just mainly mastering his mobility and making sure that I can get out of sticky situations. So practicing going down there and getting shot a few times, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm okay with that. I'll just heal up and then come back. Because this next I like to do, I get them down to half health and then I deflect and kill. So logically, that normally wouldn't happen very much unless it was a low health soldier, but normally he would throw down his health pack because he's smart. But these bots don't have health packs. One thing I've noticed for Genji's ultimate, fun fact, is if you jump from above, you trigger your ultimate and then you jump from above, they'll have a little bit harder time hitting you. So, like, if I'm on, let's say, not Hanamura, what's the one? It's the lunar colony or something like that. I'll drop from the upper balcony, and I'll be harder to hit because I'm falling, and I can also get most of the enemy team. Tracer is one of, or if not the fastest character in the entire freaking game, which is why I love her. Her ultimate charges up super fast, and it's really hard to stick. But eventually, once you get a hang of it, you can be pretty good at sticking it. Tracer is also really difficult, especially if her blinks run out, because then you literally have no mobility, and you're basically fucked. So, you just basically gotta time that, which is what I learned, which is what I can't do well. So I think I placed that. Yep, I got it. So the trick is to walk past the enemy, even though I know that's hard. I place the bomb and then recall. That's what I found is the most effective for landing Tracer. Sombra is a little bit different. I love Sombra. Sometimes I miss throwing her translocator, which is always my problem, because I suck at aiming. So having something small that's hard to throw always is just a little bit more difficult, but I like Sombra, and I love her kit. She's just so cool. She's one of my favorites. My team just needs a little bit more damage, but they also need that kind of offensive advantage. Then I normally pick Sombra. And sometimes I just pick her anyway, because she's freaking boss. She's pretty freaking great. So yeah, I don't know why I kept changing the song. I guess I didn't like that song. Yeah, if you ever see me furrow my brows and look down, normally that's because I'm changing the song, because my current song sucks, and I don't want to use it. So yeah. Also, one trick of Sombra's invisibility: while you are invisible, you can be detected by if you get bumps or if you are rubbed. Also, if you hit your translocator button too early, like if you throw it and you want to get up somewhere, sometimes I throw it up over balconies and then you have to trigger it just as the translocator gets over the balcony, or you have some sticky situations like that where you really just can't recover from that. If you're running away from an enemy team, that's just how you're just basically fucked. The EMP, always make sure that your other teammates have ultimates, because it is it's just completely useless on your own. You need someone else. It's like Zarya's Graviton Surge. If you have Zarya's Graviton Surge and then her EMP, it works like magic. Soldier is one of my least favorite to play. While he is fun at mowing down enemies, I've never been a first-person shooter kind of person, so he's not very fun to me. But no matter what, I can still play him because he's one of the easiest DPSs to learn. I don't know why I didn't shoot my rockets at that first guy. My only problem with him is pretty much the reason why I learned Soldier was I wanted to learn how to counter him. So I learned that's actually basically how I learned to counter stuff. Was I learned how to play the character, and I learned, like, what are my habits, what do I normally do, and then I would watch YouTube videos of people who actually played it well and seeing what they would actually do, how they would just beat everyone, how would they do that. So seeing what they do and expecting what they do. So with what I've learned from Soldier 76 is if you hear his ultimate pop, and it's no matter who you're playing, you want to either have a shield up or you want to get away. That's pretty much the same for most of the offensive ultimates, except for Hanzo. If you're a good enough Genji, you can possibly deflect Hanzo's arrow right back at him and to his freaking team. Reaper, as you saw there, so you know he has a spray. What I like to do is spray it just out in the open, and I know it wastes ammo, but then I can see what the other team's health bars are, just like Mercy and Sombra can do during their ultimates. And I find that very helpful, because if there's a low health character and I'm playing as Reaper, that's typically the person I go after first. Instead of the high health tanks, which I can easily take out if they have no DPS surrounding them. And that's what I found out about Reaper, is sure, you can take down tanks, but you have to also be careful of that Genji that's around the corner, or that Sombra that can easily hack you and make you almost completely useless. While Reaper's main fire can do a lot of damage, sometimes it's just not as useful. Also, dropping from above, from what I found as Reaper, with his ultimate, you drop from above, and then it's much harder to stop you. But don't hit it too early because then you'll waste it all when you're up in the air. I think, is this my last tank? Oh. Oops. Hello? Okay, that's Pharah. So Pharah, I personally do not like Pharah. I had a really good game with her today, just in the practice range, because sometimes I don't have time to play games. But Pharah is one of my least favorite heroes to play. I don't like her kit. I don't like the fact that, unlike Junkrat, her projectiles can actually hurt her. And that's probably because I'm really bad at firing them. So any of you who are good at Pharah, you're probably looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy. And someone told me that Pharah was one of the easiest DPSs to learn, and I can't play her. I have never been able to. I don't like the ability to fly. The only ability that I really like to fly is Valkyrie, because I actually have control of where I'm going. And while I do have control, I don't have fuel, which is the one thing that I hate the most. So yeah. I think, do I end this with, do I just do DPS in this episode? Because if I do, then I'll have to make a tank and healer video, because I play a lot of freaking healers. I play all of the healer cast, except for Symmetra, because I don't consider her a healer. I personally don't like Symmetra. She's my least favorite character in the entire game. I don't really like playing with her, and I don't really like playing against her, even if someone else is on my team. Like, if someone else is on my team and they're playing Symmetra, that's perfectly fine with me. For me, it just gets really boring after a while if the Symmetra just keeps mowing down enemies. And it's the same with Torp. I feel the exact same with Torp. And while I don't really like him, I think there is some skill required to play him. Sure, you can just place down a turret and not really do anything, but I've seen some really good Torbjorns, and they're just freaking amazing. And they place down the turret and they actually get kills. And it's really cool. And I love those kind of Torps, and I love those kinds of Symmetras. Oh, so you will see me do tank. So Orisa is my main tank, besides Reinhardt, my absolute favorite tank. I love playing her, even though, yes, her mobility is low. I love her kit. Her kit is absolutely amazing, and I really like having it. Also, you'll notice how I put down the shield really fast. I actually changed the controls, so my mouse is the one that puts down the shield and also initiates the graviton ball. So yeah. I did that for mainly Zenyatta, and then I realized I liked the controls for that, and the only controls that sucks for is Mercy, because then I can't switch between the gun very easily. And even though that sucks, for me, it didn't really matter. Also, with Orisa, it's getting those environmental kills that are really going to help you. And that thing, that special ability that she is meant to counteract Doomfist, actually. She was built to defeat Doomfist. And so that little thing where she glows green is actually a anti-knockback. So if Doomfist or anyone who can knock back tries to hit her, she won't budge. She literally won't budge. So she's a great one for the maps where you have a giant hole in the middle of them, whatever that map is called. She's absolutely wonderful at that, and hopefully you guys get to see some Zenyatta gameplay, because I love my boy Zen. Zenyatta is he's my favorite damage healer. While he can't do much healing, he can still do a lot of freaking damage. As long as you have a good team supporting you, Zenyatta is one of my favorite healer picks. Zenyatta and Ana are my favorites together. They're absolutely amazing together if you have really good both, which I'm not very good at both, but I can kind of compensate. Personally for me, I like trying to first focus on the enemies and getting rid of the fire, unless my team is super low, like this, where my team is at like half health. I'll focus on healing them instead of doing damage, and if they're at full health, I'll focus on damage instead of healing, but I'll multitask just a little bit of both. Normally with Zenyatta, I would do his ultimate twice, to make sure that I can make all of my freaking shots. And then, let's see, do you guys get to see Mercy? No, I don't think so. Oh, no, you guys get to see Ana. So, Ana is personally she's pretty awesome. One of my friends who just got Overwatch for a very long time just started playing Ana, and he really likes her, which I'm very happy with. So, I can't wait. We're gonna be a great healer duo, I can tell. And honestly, I think, even though it's been a long time since he played, I know for a fact he can carry my ass very easily. So right here, I like trying to focus on getting my team up with the regular shots, because if I waste a grenade on just one person and someone gets just completely obliterated, then I'm screwed. Practicing with the sleep dart is very important for Ana from what I've seen. Her sleep dart is hard to freaking aim. It's difficult as all fucking balls. And honestly, oh, why did I fire the sleep dart? Okay, honestly, I've only been able to nail a Torb and a couple of the tanks. Okay, so Lucio is is pretty freaking awesome. I love Lucio mainly because he's just so Lucio. Like, he's a music guy, so I can emphasize. He's really cool. I like his kit just a little bit. He's just kind of fun to play. Like, he's a healer that if I knew my team was good, I probably would play him. Oh god, that's never happened before. I've done that trick so many times. I've never fallen off the map, so that is a completely new instance. So, yeah, okay, my brother's waiting for me to finish, so I'll wrap it up, but give me a sec. I gotta finish. So yeah, I'm gonna try the trick again, because that's how the trick is supposed to work, is you wall glide along and then you boop someone off. I've always wanted to be able to do that on an actual map, but I'm not very good, so that's probably never gonna happen. So, yes. Lucio's ultimate is just awesome as all hell. It scares me how good it is sometimes, and it's just terrifying. I don't know, are you guys gonna see Moira? I'm not 100% sure if you are, because if you aren't, I normally do Moira and Mercy practice after this, but maybe I was too tired to do so. Okay, yeah, I was too tired to do so, so I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.